Nim 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 nim. Seriously, what is that nim thing she does on the very opener here? Nim 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 nims. All of those nims. I thought that was pretty cute, to be fair. Just like her. So yeah, let's just get started with this review. I have always really enjoyed Kimbra. Always felt like she had a really healthy cross-section of intelligence, wit, and accessibility, and vocal talent already well demonstrated on her previous two albums, which deserve to have more traction in my opinion and more exposure at the very least, because there are some bangers she has already written and a lot of solid stuff wedged in between which just need some airplay. You know, I just get them on at the fucking house parties, mate. You know, like this on Golden Echo, there was just a couple songs which were just on repeat for me through summer. Just bangers, boys, bangers. And I do feel like there are a lot of parallels to be drawn between this record and the Golden Echo, especially in how some of the song structures and textures are mirrored here. The opener in particular is reminiscent of the one in the Golden Echo, Teen Heat, in the instrumental aspect and the way it sort of plods along there. But if anything, a lot of the instrumentals are reminiscent of Art Angels by Grimes here. Everything from the modernized neon glowing bass lathered percussive elements to the babyish cadence she adopts on, say, Top of the World. And that song alone features a motley of different vocal stylizations, from this flowing, this kind of breathless rap style. I'm on top, I'm on top, I'm on top of the world. See me rock, see me rock, see me rock the diamonds and pearls. Okay. See, it's this fucking easy to be a fucking pop star. I'm on top, I'm on... And yeah, again, there is this Grimes-esque baby delivery in this song. Top of the world. Fuck. And don't get me started on, like they do on the TV. That song is completely Grimes inspired in the vocal melody, to the inflection, to the instrumental, and the song structure. Although the cheeky sax right at the end there is more, you know, like Alex Cameron or some shit than anything else. Speaking of derivation, pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, but let me know. An argument could be made for her emulating St. Vincent as well on a song like Recovery. Not the Eminem album. No, that's an alright album. It's okay. Especially in the production. That off-kilter beat and the bossy synths rocking in the underbelly. Okay, hiccups again. When paired with her voice, that'll fix it. When paired with her voice. Also the oh on this song are familiar, like they're from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Family. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Family. But there is definite Kanye influence here as well. I have no doubt about that, lads. And yes, in terms of being unique, the bra of Kim here is one of the few pop stars I can think of off the top of my head where the instrumental aspect has so much layering and richness and depth, and it's nothing but refreshing to hear the variance from song to song in the genres and the textures and the palettes and the feelings being explored. Compare even the seesawing of the instrumental in one song alone, like Everybody Knows, which alternates from this rudimentary clanking and clinking percussive elements to the static, drenched industrial ones in the climax. So yes, variation is definitely one of the album's strong suits, and thank God it is, given how many songs there are here, and therefore the potential for her energy to be lost in some of the somber cuts or even her meandering vocal melodies and shit like that. That comes to my major complaint of this record. There just aren't enough bangers. There just aren't enough killer vocal melodies. Almost every song's enjoyability would go up if she sung more often at the very end of her range. That style where her vocals turn instantly infectious, like on Human. God, the notes she reaches there are just so catchy, sexy even. And it's just this beautiful display of neo-soul, trap influence in the instrumental, and all sorts of shit. It's just a fucking banger. It's just great. It showcases her potential for writing some great, genuinely catchy, emotive music. Yet it seems to me that she wrote this album, or a lot of this album, struggling with the embers of a dying relationship, and therefore, as a result, not enough thought was put into at least half of the songs here in terms of actually grabbing the listener by the ears and forcing something more infectious, more catchy, more driving onto you. A couple inflections got stuck in my head, even on some of the tamer cuts, yes, but mostly it's just not enough to even be commendable. And though I was praising this album for its variety and production, still there are too many cuts here where the instrumentals are too generic, and how they swell in the choruses especially, it's just too predictable. Take Light Years as just one example of that. The lyrics are genuine, they are heartfelt, they are intensely personal, yet they could also be argued in other ways as being one-dimensional and unnecessarily generic in imagery, and other times oddly cryptic. More quality control would have done this album a massive favor as well, given that it is maybe 2 songs too long. This is still a very good pop album, all things considered. It is decently unique. Her voice is very good. Some of the melodies are also good. There's a couple bangers, just a couple. It's definitely front-loaded for me in terms of quality. I mean, in terms of a pop album, this is just really great. I'll just give this a 3.3 and just leave it at that. It didn't disappoint me, but I was expecting more catchiness somewhere in this, I suppose I would say, because otherwise, you know, I've heard a lot of people just saying that this floats right on past you, and a lot of people just not being engaged, and I can totally see where they're coming from. I can totally relate to that. So yeah, that's just my main complaint, boys. But otherwise, you know, I enjoyed this. This was fun. This is decently catchy. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that and catch you blokes later. Too easy. Fucking wheel. Just have a good one, mate.